The also got this device to fix up, and a Novy Riverberry pressure washer. It's a pretty good one too, this one. It's got to replace the start capacitor. I put a new power cord on it, for some reason it was cut off. Checked all the oil, topped it up. It's a 1500 psi pump, it works quite well too. Still puts out that rating, which is good, the pump's in good nick. But it works really well except for the start capacitor. The motor just hums and trips the breaker because they can't start, because that capacitor's not giving it enough kick. So that's my next project, is replace the start capacitor on that, and this thing's as good as gold. It's a pretty good little pressure washer, that. Not cheap either. It's a good company, they make good pumps. That's a mate's one, as a thank you for repairing that. I got this as a thank you gift. It's a super cheap Broadway Chonda, or 3 horsepower Chinese clone of a Honda. I just fixed it all up, bolted the fuel tank back on, replaced the fuel line because that was all gone. Fixed up the carburetor fuel bowl because someone had smashed a hole in it with a screwdriver. And it was all taped up with that red duct tape. Fixed all that up. And JB welded that hole in the fuel bowl, and that's not leaking at all now. That's fixed it quite well. The spark plug was loose, so the threads are a bit bad. The threads in the head are alright, I've redone them now. I just cleaned out the threads, put the spark plug in properly, and it's got good compression, it had spark, and it runs. Ideally the switch should go in here, but the wire is smashing into the flywheel. The flywheel hits the back of that switch, so that's a bit of a Chinese fail there. So I have to put it here. It must have been some sort of bracket that went in originally, but where that would have went, I don't know. It's only missing the pull starter now, which I'm going to try and find a Chonda 3 horsepower pull starter to put on this. Or I could just start it with a drill. But the oil's alright, needs to be changed. The oil here is alright too, but it also needs to be changed. It does work. The starts first pull with a drill, and this thing runs pretty good. It runs quite well. So I'm going to change the oil on both the pump and the motor. I just pressure wash this thing with its own power, because this thing was filthy. They've used E10 ethanol in here, and the tank's rusted out, mostly surface rust, and the fuel bowl and the carburetor was so bad. It all full of this white corrosion, and the bottom 6mm on the bottom was just all corroded mess, so I cleaned all that out. It works. Just give it one pull and it will start. A fair bit of compression, which is good. Some of those are cheap, super cheap auto ones. Even Audi are selling these Chinese pressure washer pumps about $300. It's a throwaway thing. They there's your pistons in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5 piston. Can't be. Normally they're 3. They've got 3 pistons in them. The valves are in there. That's the relief valve. And this is a pressure adjuster. It's 1900 psi this is rated for. But it's all aluminium. All aluminium, no brass here. It's just corrode like crazy. But there is a provision here for a pressure gauge, which is awesome. The Anova Riverberry one on this one doesn't have that, but I have to drill it out. I have to drill this out and tap a thread to put a pressure gauge in that. See, it's all brass, that's quality stuff. Because this aluminium alloy corrodes very easily. The fitting for there is designed for this hose, and that fits, but that Chinese pressure washer pump, this is slightly bigger on the inside. The spigot has to be slightly bigger. It does fit in and screw on. I did test it, but it leaks. This spigot inside has to be a bit bigger for this fitting here. That's not stainless, that's aluminium. Looks like it's aluminium fitting, not stainless. Yeah, that spigot has to be a bit bigger for that one. I'll get this thing going and wash the car with it. But it didn't take much to get it going though. Just clean the spark plug, clean the carby out. JB welded that bloody hole that was on the side of it. Yep, JB weld to the rescue. It's good stuff. Works quite well. It's got to find a bloody pull starter for it now. for convenience, so I don't have to start it with a drill all the time. Definitely a 3 horsepower Chonda, but I can't find any locally that has these pull starters for these. Might have to check the American eBay site, but the shipping's probably going to be a killer. Anyway, let's set this up. I'll have to use some thread tape or something to stop this from leaking because that spigot's bigger. And I'll show you this thing going. It's a bit more powerful than I thought. I thought this motor would have been gutless, but this seems to have enough power for this 1900 PSI rated pump. That's what the unit's rated for, with 1900 PSI.